Let's talk about what size needles we should be using when we are tattooing. First and foremost, there's no reason why anyone should ever say this needle has to be used for this has to be used for this, or anything like that. I professionally feel that there's no set in stone rules that we have to follow when it comes to tattooing needles. What that means to me is we can use needles as we see fit to get a specific outcome that we are seeking as the tattoo artist. What that means is when it comes to selecting a tattoo needle, it is 110% going to vary from tattoo artist to artist, and the reasoning behind why we select a needle is also going to vary. Right here I have a small assortment of different needles, but that's neither here or there. Let's take a look at the tattoo underneath here. Let's go from there. So if we take a look, this is a bodysuit size tattoo. So this is a larger scale tattoo, and we're gonna notice that it does have varying line weights, dot work, and some shading going on. So for me as a tattoo artist, if I were to see this design come my way, automatically I know that I'm going to need to do varying line weights from heavier to thinner line weights. I'm going to need to do dot work, and I'm going to need to do shading. So these techniques are going to be required to accomplish this tattoo right here. Let's start with the heavier line weights. With these heavier line weights, I'm thinking about maybe a 111 round shader. So that is going to be 111 needles in one needle. This is going to be an ink claw 111 round shader. That is the first needle that comes to mind when I see these very heavy line weights. Let's say we don't have access to a needle like this, or we just haven't picked one of these up. We can use something along the lines of like a 14 round shader. So this is going to be an Mandala 14 round shader, and then we can kind of essentially just build up these heavier line weights. Each section will require more time building up with a smaller needle. However, that can work even with an 18 round shader. For example, right here, this is going to be a V-Select. I can use this 18 round shader to build up these heavier line weights. Now, the reason why I am choosing one of these three needles is because this will give me the most optimal workflow when I apply these heavier line weights. For example, if I choose to use the 111 round shader on these heavier line weights, I can do that by creating a solid one pass clean line. Let's say if I didn't have that needle, I can use the 18 round shader or a 14 round shader even, and then gradually build these lines up. So that is practically why I would choose one of these three needles for these specific heavier line weights. For the smaller line weights, I would choose something that reflects what the stencil is showing me. So that would be something around maybe a 9 round shader or an 11 round shader, 11 round liner. You get the idea. So these smaller line weights are going to be that of 9 round shader, 11 round liner, while these heavier line weights are going to be that of 111 round shader. So that right there is helping me determine what needles are going to be for me. And my technical application as well allows me to really work on the skin because I run at a lower voltage, which makes it comfortable for me to choose these. When it comes to the dot work, for example, I would choose something along the lines of like a standard 3 round liner or even a 5 round liner. The reason why is because I can be real accurate with where I deposit my dots, and also I can get really smooth shading as I shade with a 3 round liner. So this right here is a CNC Police 003 round liner. I can use this to apply the dot work and the shading that you see here. The reason why me as a tattoo artist would choose this specific needle is because I can be really accurate with where I am depositing the dots. Also, I can be really accurate with how I am accomplishing the shades on here, as you can see right here. So I am getting nice, clean, smooth gradient transitions on this tattoo because I am comfortable with the needles that I am choosing. I'm choosing them selectively, purposefully, because they do have a purpose. I'm not just saying, oh, I think this will work, and then trying the technique and seeing how it comes out. I can anticipate how my results are going to come out when I select the needle, and that's kind of what we gradually want to grow into. Here's where rules begin to get broken with needles. For example, I have a mass standard 13 round mag right here. I can even use one of these to create these heavier line weights. I can use these to saturate these heavier line weights if I want, if I feel comfortable doing so. That is going to be on the artist 110%. If you as the artist feels comfortable using a mag to create these heavier line weights, then that's what you feel comfortable doing as the artist. So that's the point of this video. I'm trying to give you the logic behind selecting needles to know which one is best. There is no right or wrong needle per se. However, if we don't get the results that we envision or want, then I would say that's when things are heading in the wrong direction. Let's try this again with a different tattoo. So this is going to be a real skin silicone hand right here, and this is another design that I threw on top right here, as you can see. It has varying line weights as well. It has shading and dot work. For this, I believe, an 18 round shader for these heavier line weights, and I did that in one pass line. These smaller lines, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was either a 3 or a 5 round liner, and the dot work was applied with a 3 round liner, as well as the shading. That's the reasoning behind me choosing these specific needles. Much like this design, I feel comfortable creating lines with a solid clean one pass line, whether it's a heavier line weight or a thinner. I also feel comfortable depositing dot work and shades with a 3 round liner because I can be really accurate with my deposits and gradually build up my layers. So me as the artist with my technical application, that's why I am selecting these needles. Let's do this again. So here is a design of a Pikachu popping out of a Game Boy. You can see that it does have varying line weights. I did make a video showing you how I accomplish these varying line weights. I'll leave that carded up here for you. However, you can see that these needles right here are selected in correspondence to match the design at hand. So the line weights that I used and deposited with the needles are the line weights that were reflected within the stencil. And I was able to capture those by using a 14 round shader for these heavier line weights and a 7 round liner for these smaller ones right here. I'm sorry, a 7 round shader if I'm correct, for these smaller line weights right there. So that is the reasoning behind selecting these needles, because this design required varying line weights. As we can see, the only way that I was going to capture that is by using the 14 round shader alongside with either the 7 round liner or the 7 round shader. That is how I technically knew how to apply a design like this, so that is why I chose those specific size needles. Let's do it again with this mandala that I just finished here recently. You can see that there's a couple of things going on. We have a clean circle all the way around. Everything is cleanly applied. We have smooth shading transitions, and we do have clean saturation. This design was applied using only dot work and whip shades throughout the entire process to complete this tattoo. This tattoo was applied with only, if I remember correctly, a 3 round liner. That is all that I used to apply this entire tattoo right here. I didn't need any other needles. These heavier line weights that you see right here were applied by just using the 3 round liner and patiently applying it all the way around on both ends, along with all of the shading and different transitions that you see. Everything was applied with just a 3 round liner because I, as the artist, felt comfortable running at a lower voltage, and I felt comfortable using a 3 round liner because I can be really accurate with where I'm depositing each and every single dot and stipple shade. The reasoning behind choosing the 3 round liner is because my technical application allows me to work more on the skin, giving me results that I am seeking when I am applying this style of design. This style of design requires me to work up to and not just to deposit as like a one shot. I have to gradually work up to these results and build up the tattoo, and that requires patience and time, and I feel most comfortable going through that process of patience and time while applying this tattoo with a 3 round liner, which is the reasoning why I choose that needle. So hopefully by now in this video you're seeing that we are taking a look at the design, we are calling out and acknowledging the techniques that we're going to be needing, and then from there that can give us a better approach to select the needles that we're going to need to execute the tattoo at hand. Let's take a look at this last one right here. So it looks like there is a lot going on. However, for this design right here, I would select probably just 2 needles. I would use a 9 round liner or an 11 round liner for all of the lining areas here, and then everything else would get deposited with a 3 round liner using dot work, whip shades. That is it. Now, by now, I do hope that you can kind of hear my logic and see how I go about picking needles. It really is all determined by the design that comes my way, the design that I am doing. Really take your time, really look at the design, acknowledge the techniques that you're going to need to apply that tattoo, and then base around that information, you should be able to better choose your needles and figure out why you're using your needles. So basically, hopefully by now, whenever you select a needle from here on out, you know exactly why you're going to be choosing it and what you're going to be using it for. I feel like once you start getting into those natural motions, picking a needle will become much more natural and more of a game and more fun than it may be a task. That will be it for this one. Should you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. I'll do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and ring that bell for me, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you. With that being said, I thank you for watching. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. I hope you have a great day.